Good evening to one and all. Last time we have started studying human body, its organs and different system. This particular chapter contains various human organs and how organ system is formed. And after studying organs, organ systems and different examples, we moved on to the very first type of system, which is respiratory system. Okay. Now we have seen in respiration, we have three different type of respirations, correct? In which we have seen what is called as an external respiration, internal respiration, and also something called as cellular respiration. Now, external respiration is nothing but inhalation of the lungs. That means once we intake the air inside by breathing, and exhalation is releasing the CO2 outside. Correct? So both this inhalation and exhalation is together called as external respiration. Moving on to internal respiration, it is simple as the way we breathe in, inhaling oxygen and exhaling CO2. Similar way, even the cells perform the same activity. This is something called as internal respiration, in which exchange of gases between the cells and the tissue fluid is done with the help of blood. So blood will be the one which is going to carry oxygen and CO2 to be given to the cell, and which is also collected from the cell. Moving on to the very third type of respiration, that is cellular respiration. Now, what is cellular respiration? We all are aware about what is mitochondrion, right? It is a cell organelle which is also called as powerhouse of the cell. Why? Because mitochondria does the work of production of energy, and we all require lots and lots of energy. Why? To perform various activities inside and also outside. Correct? Now we know what happens inside a mitochondria. Mitochondria will produce energy by taking two major components. One is the food, to which we can also address as glucose, and we will oxidize this glucose. That means we are going to add oxygen to it, and what is produced in return? Energy. Now, what is the meaning of ATP? That's very simple. Energy is counted on the basis of ATP molecules. And what is ATP? It is adenosine triphosphate. Correct? Yes. So this is something called as cellular respiration, in which energy is produced or energy is made by mitochondria, and this energy, that is ATP molecules, will be used by other cell organelles and different cells of the body to perform their work. So, whatever energy we get, either to stand, sit, run, swim, all this energy is derived from the mitochondria, which make ATP molecules, or I would say, which generate ATP molecules and which also stores them for a while. Okay. Now we are going to move on to human respiratory system, the very first system. Now we are aware about the basics, right? We are aware about the term breathing. We know that we inhale through nose and we exhale also through nose. But what happens in this entire process of inhalation of exhalation? It appears to be very simple, but actually it is little complicated and there are many steps into it. After understanding how does the entire human respiratory system works, you will wonder कि इतना सब कुछ इतने छोटे वक्त में कैसा होता है. How does so many things occurs within fraction of seconds? So shall we start? Okay. Before starting with the respiratory systems theory, first we will understand the diagram, so that if we are able to understand the diagram in a better way, we'll be able to also write it accordingly point wise manner, and then understanding theory will be an easier task for us. Okay, so let's start with the respiratory system. Can you quickly answer my question? Which is the first organ or part of the body when we think about breathing? Correct. It's nose. Does the air from the nose goes to some other part, some other place in the body? Yes. Now, where is this air supposed to go? Correct. Into the lungs. But don't you think from nose till the lungs, there is a lot of gap in between? So there needs to be a mechanism, right? A tube or a pipe. Yes, now I am getting various answers in the chat box. I love the response which you are giving me. Most of the students are also writing the answer as esophagus. Is esophagus the one responsible to carry air? Yes, no? No. And why the answer is no, we will study it very shortly. Okay, let's first start with the nose. So once looking onto the nasal part, this is our nose from where you're able to see the cursor. Once we breathe in air from here, there is a cavity present. Okay, there is a space present. This cavity is called as nasal cavity or nasal chamber. So whatever air we inhale, ये इस cavity में पहले आएगा. If you are able to see the location, see it's exactly below your cheekbones. Okay. Now after this cavity, you will be able to see this cavity is getting narrower. Okay. Why is it getting narrower? Because we have mouth beneath our nose. Correct. And mouth के लिए भी जगह चाहिए. So here we go. That's mouth, and this entire part is your buccal cavity. So are you able to see that this flap-like structure is dividing the nasal cavity and mouth? Therefore, the entry for food is different and the entry for air is different. And they are separated by this thick band. Correct? Now let's focus on to this part. Okay? That's your neck area. And this upper part of your neck is called as pharyngeal area. Upper part of the neck is called as pharyngeal area. Now what is pharynx? If I'm focusing on this area, this is a part where I'm also getting food pipe attached and I'm also getting the wind pipe attached, right? So can I say pharynx is an organ inside the human body where both the pipes, that means a food pipe and a wind pipe, come together. Correct? Okay. Now I want you to focus something little more into depth. Look at the labeling. यहाँ पे जो black line है ना, exactly उसके ऊपर there is this flap which is closing this pipe. Correct? This white color. Yes. Now tell me, right now, is the person eating something? The image of the person. Is the person eating something? No. So if the person is not eating something, this flap is closing this pipe. This flap or the lid, जिसको हम लोग epiglottis कहते हैं, ये temporarily food pipe का entry बंद कर देते हैं. तो क्या होगा? Because of which whatever air is inhaled will go into the windpipe. Okay? And whenever we are eating or we are swallowing our food, at that time, this epiglottis will change its position. ये ऐसे हो जाएगा, and then food will enter the food pipe. Okay, now the red color structure which you are able to see is neither the food pipe nor the windpipe. It is something called as larynx. What is larynx? Larynx is a small box to which we also call it as a voice box. यहां से sound generate होता है. If you want to feel it, have your two fingers attached exactly on your neck. Try speaking anything, you will be able to feel vibrations. Correct? These vibrations are generated because of vocal cords. दोनों vocal cords के बीच में vibrations होते हैं and इसके वजह से बाहर sound आता है. So that is where your larynx is situated. Just keep your two fingers and try speaking something. Okay? Now you can move down your finger a little bit downwards. धीरे धीरे vibrations कम हो जाएंगे. Correct? Now I'm talking about this area. So from your larynx, there is the starting of these two different pipes. Now in this given diagram, you are not able to see a food pipe. Okay? Food pipe हमेशा wind pipe के पीछे रहेगा. ठीक है? Now remember, windpipe in humans is called as trachea. Okay, so windpipe is called as trachea. ये trachea नीचे की तरफ सीधा जाएगा because the target is to reach till lungs. Okay, now you are able to see trachea is nice tube-like structure which is going to carry air till the lungs. Now, as we have two lungs, don't you think इस trachea को आगे जाके divide होना पड़ेगा? Correct? Then what is going to happen? This trachea is going to bifurcate. Bifurcate का meaning is going to divide into two. जैसे ही trachea divide हो जाएगा, we will call it with a different name. ठीक है? So trachea will divide before it is entering the lungs. Once the trachea divide, तो हर एक divided वाले segment को हम कहेंगे as bronchus. What shall we call it as? Each one divided segment of the trachea will be called as bronchus. So how many bronchus will be present? One or two? Two, correct? So bronchus is a singular form, and when we refer more than one form, we call it as bronchi. Okay? So here we are able to see that the trachea has divided over here. This part is called as bronchus, singular. If we are referring to both of them, we will call it as bronchi. And you are able to see how is the bronchi entering inside the lung. Okay. Now, what will happen to the bronchus which has entered the lungs? It will divide. It will divide as if it is looking like roots. It will give finer and very thinner branches. This thinner branches of each one bronchus will be called as bronchioles. Okay? So ये ब्रोंकस है जो लंग्स के अंदर एंटर कर रहा है, आगे जाके ये डिवाइड हो रहा है. ठीक है? So all these smaller branches are called as bronchioles. Okay? There are pair of lung is present, and beneath the lungs is a diaphragm, which we have studied earlier while I was teaching you external respiration. Okay? Now what is alveoli? क्या alveoli दिख रहा है diagram में? Is it visible? No, you are able to only see the labeling part. Correct? So why is alveoli not seen? Because alveoli क्या है? Alveoli are very tiny, very small air sacs. This air sacs are present at the terminal end. मतलब ये bronchioles जब भी बहुत ज्यादा पतले हो जाएंगे, इसके end में छोटे छोटे air sacs रहते हैं. Each one air sac will be called as alveolus. I am repeating. हर एक air sac को हम लोग कहेंगे alveolus. That's the singular form. जब भी बहुत सारे alveolus रहेंगे, we will call them as alveoli. Okay? ये alveoli क्या करते हैं, bronchioles क्या करते हैं, we will look into the functions of each and every part in the later slide. But till then, are all parts clear to you? At least the location where they are situated. Correct? So respiration starts from nose. Air goes through nasal cavity. Then we have pharynx, starting of the neck. Pharynx is the space where windpipe and food pipe are going to meet together. Then we have larynx. Ideally, larynx का respiratory system में कुछ भी काम नहीं है. But since it is a major part and which is also coming in between, therefore, while labeling, we have to label it. Okay? From pharynx, we have a windpipe, which is also called as trachea. Trachea will further divide into two bifurcations. Each one bifurcation will be called as bronchus. Since there are two bifurcations, both of them will be collectively called as bronchi. Okay? Each one bronchus will enter one lung. I'm repeating, each one bronchus will enter one lung. And this bronchus, which has entered the lung, will bifurcate into fine and thinner branches. This thinner and fine branches will be called as bronchioles. यही bronchioles के end part में छोटे 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 काफी tiny air sacs रहेंगे. This air sac will be called as alveolus for a single sac, and काफी सारे रहेंगे if they'll be present, since they are many, since they are very much in their number. Together, they are called as alveoli. Okay? So let's have the look at the different parts which are included under respiratory system. First one, nasal cavity. Second, pharynx. Then larynx, trachea, also called as windpipe, bronchus, which is the bifurcation of trachea later before entering the lung. It enters the lungs. This is how a trachea, bronchus, and bronchioles will look like. इस डायग्राम में फॉर अंडरस्टैंडिंग पर्पस लंग्स साइड में निकाल दिए हैं. सो द मेन स्ट्रक्चर इज ट्रैकिया. ये जो सर्कुलर डिस्क लाइक स्ट्रक्चर्स दिख रहे हैं, दीज आर मेड अप ऑफ बोन्स. सी शेप्ड के रिंग्स रहते हैं. व्हाई आर द रिंग्स प्रेजेंट ऑन द ट्रैकिया? कैन एनीबडी आंसर? व्हाई इज द बोनी स्ट्रक्चर प्रेजेंट? Any idea? Okay, think that you have a small pipe. Okay, you have a small pipe. You need the pipe to be attached in a specific way. Will you give it brackets and for attachment? Right? Yes. So our buildings and apartments also have huge long pipe. क्या हमें उसको fix करने के लिए हम लोग कुछ लगाते हैं? Yes, the fixatures. And why are they attached? So that the pipes are not moving. Similarly, ये trachea will be made up of very smooth muscles. तो काफी ज्यादा chance है that trachea will keep on moving. Correct? In order to prevent this, in order to keep the trachea at the proper place, this C-shaped bony structures or rings are present. ताकि trachea बराबर से सीधा रहे in its own position. Okay? Now tell me, is there any doubt about कि हम लोग अगर trachea को protect कर रहे हैं, why are we not caring about lungs and other organs? If I am dissecting anybody, will I first get lungs? No. What will I get? Correct, the rib cage. So understand, our entire respiratory system is protected in a bony rib cage. This rib cage is also called as thoracic cage. I'm repeating, this rib cage is also called as thoracic cage. इसीलिए upper half of the body, that means upper half of the body till the diaphragm, उस part को we call as thorax region. The area which is occupied by the thoracic cage is called as thorax region. And exactly diaphragm के नीचे, जहां से your abdominal part starts, ठीक है, तो उसके नीचे कुछ भी रेस्पिरेटरी सिस्टम का ऑर्गन नहीं रहेगा. क्लियर? Shall we move on to next? Okay, good. Now let's just understand these different organs in very short. What's nasal cavity? Air will enter the body through nose, and this cavity will transport the air from nose to pharyngeal part. What is pharyngeal part? जहां पे pharynx situated है. Okay. Moving on to the next, which is pharynx. What is pharynx? It's a common part जहां पे दोनों pipes है, which is food pipe, also called as esophagus, and windpipe, also called as trachea. They both of them are going to meet. You can also expect a question like, which is the part which shows initiation of both these pipes? When I say the word initiation, that means ये यहीं से शुरू होते हैं. Okay, and your answer has to be pharynx. Moving on to larynx. What is larynx? Larynx is the voice box, correct? And from here itself, sound is generated, because of which we are able to speak and talk. Our next organ is trachea. What's trachea? Trachea is the windpipe. Trachea का काम क्या है? It is going to join larynx area and the lungs. Do not forget, trachea divides into two to form a part called as bronchus. If I have more than one bronchus, what are they called as? Can anybody answer? What's the plural form of bronchus? Correct. It is called as bronchi. Bronchi. Okay. So what is bronchus? It's bifurcation of trachea in each lung. The plural form is given to you in the brackets. It is called as bronchi. Look at the spelling. It's BRON, that is pronounced as bronch, and CHI is pronounced as chi, not chi and chai. CHI is pronounced as chi. Okay, moving on with the further bifurcation, bronchi. So bronchi, after entering the lungs, divide further to form very small structures called as bronchioles. Look at the spelling, B-R-O-N, bronch is same, bronchi का spelling same है. What you need to add is O-L-E-S. I request the students to please check whether their video is switched on or not. Thank you. So after entering the lungs, bronchi further divide to form very small branching structure, and these branching out structures are called as bronchioles. So B-R-O-N becomes bronch, C-H-I is key, or you can also pronounce it as chi, so it becomes bronchioles or bronchioles. Okay, and end में क्या रहेगा? What are the tiny air sacs called as? Correct. These structures are called as alveoli. What are alveoli? They are small air sacs at the end of bronchioles. So this slide is just providing you with the outline कि कौन सा organ क्या काम करेगा. The very basics. Okay. Now moving on to the little depth about each and every organ. First, again, starting with nose. So respiratory system begins from nose, and then we move on to the nasal chamber. Air is filtered here inside the nose with the help of hair and mucus. Have you ever wondered why do we have so many hairs inside the nose? Answer my question. Do we breathe the very purest form of air? Absolutely not, especially not into any metropolitan city like Mumbai. Correct? Lots of dust, lots of pollen, lots of pollutants. Correct? So all the hairs which are present in our nose, they will be used by the body as natural filters. So whatever air we are inhaling will be filtered out, and all those unwanted particles will get trapped in the hair and in the mucus. Mucus is, yes, the sticky substance that is secreted from the internal cell linings of the nose. And it's इसमें जितना भी dirt आएगा, that is externally blown out by us. So never ever try to remove or get rid of nasal hairs. Please, they are very important. If a person is having any problem with respect to nasal hair, or if they are removing the nasal hair, what will happen to the body? Can anyone tell me? So if the person is getting rid of the nasal hairs, we will be inhaling all the bad air, or I would say air which is having lot of pollutants inside it, lot of contamination, which will result into unfiltered air entering our lungs. And finally, air kahan pe jaane wala hai? Air sacs mein. So can I say, if we are inhaling all such bad air, our alveoli, which are very tiny, are going to be clogged off? Correct? So can I say, by just removing the nasal hairs, we are inviting various infections? Yes. And these infections are called as respiratory tract infections. Okay. Let's move on to the next, which is pharynx. So what's pharynx? Food pipe and windpipe originate, मतलब start होते हैं in pharynx. Windpipe is present in front of
food pipe. So whatever you're able to feel right from the sternum bone is your windpipe. Sternum bone is exactly present below your neck area, the flat bone, where your necklace rests. Okay. Now there is a lead at the beginning of the windpipe. This is what we have shown in the diagram. This lead closes the windpipe during passing of food into the food pipe. मतलब जब भी हम लोग खाना खा रहे हैं तभी windpipe का lid closed रहेगा and thereby normally prevents entry of food particles into windpipe. If by chance any food particle is entering the windpipe, ठीक है, the parents always advise us to eat nicely, calmly. We should not eat our food in hurried way. That's because if any food particle is entering a windpipe, is there any way out for that particle to go and to be digested if it enters the windpipe? No, there is no way out. So the only way back for the wind for that particle is to come in the upward direction. That is the reason why we get hiccups. And if you have ever noticed or observed, when we are getting hiccups, the air is pushed upwards so that the particle is being removed from the windpipe. Okay. And otherwise, if we are not eating any food, the windpipe will always remain open. And hence, air passes through pharynx into windpipe. Are we clear till here? Any student with any doubts? Okay, great. Moving on to the next part, which is windpipe. And windpipe is also called as trachea. Correct? So let's have a look at trachea. Windpipe is swollen at the beginning due to sound box. ठीक है? Wind